Welcome back to Showmance, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives of shows with no depth. This is The Valley, the finale, part 2. We're about to enter a scene called Zack Just Doesn't Like You, Janet.
The rest of this episode doesn't make sense to me. This is what I was saying earlier. There were so many fights that had so many intertwined games of telephone going on.
Yeah.
And so many lies that even the people trying to say like, oh, no, she lied about this thing that you said, but that was like that. Nobody could keep track of the lies. I literally got to a point where I was like, I don't know even what anyone's fighting about.
There's only one lie. What lies?
But I couldn't keep track of who was saying what, who said what. Like, oh, well, Zack said this thing. Well, no, Kristen said, but Kristen said the thing about Zack, but it was Nia is the person that does the thing. But what did it just was too much of that. Like, what was it about? Was it about Zack not liking Nia or Janet or Kristen saying the thing that Nia threw him on? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's too much going on.
And on top of that, it's just annoying that it's just like this same conversation about who wants to be my friend? You better be my friend. You said you want to be friends, right? I thought, but you came to the lunch, but you didn't want to do that, but then you came to this, but we were talking on the thing, right? Like I thought it was cool. Are we moving forward or the baby steps or whatever? From my perspective, it feels like Lala came in, really helped Janet with her mission to get somewhere with getting people back on board. It's the best that Janet has been able to do. I don't think she would have been able to do this without Lala's help. And it feels like we're at the end of the season and they kind of realized that. And so Janet knew she needed to go full court press on everyone. That's why I said that she was like, oh, Lacey, God, I'm so sorry that I didn't like you in the beginning, which is still just weird because as cool as Michelle is with Lacey, like if Courtney's my Michelle and she's cool with whoever, I'm just not like, until they're like hanging out and doing stuff together, I'm not going to try to go on a double date with her ex-husband, the new girlfriend, and my husband. It just feels very, what's in it for you? Oh, right, that would be in it for you. So she's got her eye on the prize. Understandably, this is a big feat for her. So her going after Zack in the way that she has, and now trying to hold Zack's feet to the fire and like, did you say this? Do you really want to move forward? You need to let me know. I think Zack's kind of let you know that like he's not like really gung-ho to like rush to the finish line with you. Zack also just seems to me like he probably gets a call sheet and he's like, where's everyone filming today? I can go there. Like, I think Zack just like wants to participate. And it's like when Courtney says, bring your own vibe. Like Zack just brings his own vibe wherever. He's going to have a nice time wherever he goes. Kristen would not be able to do that at a table with Janet. She's going to be like, I don't want to be here. I'd rather be at home with my baby. This is ridiculous. What am I doing? Where Zack is like, no, I can poppers. I can do poppers. I might feel like a few poppers. And I think that's to know Zack is just to know. You call it flip floppy or what did Lala call it?
Fart in the wind.
Fart in the wind. Disgusting. Call it whatever. I call it most gay guys I know that are just down to have a cameo, make an appearance, have a beer, have a popper. It's a good time. But he's still going to talk shit about you because that's also what the gay guys do. Is they
like to party.
Yeah, they like to party. They're good, always good for a good shit fest.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't take this. I know on the outskirts it had to do with Janet, but I didn't take this as being about Janet. I took this about kind of Lala saying, cool. Zack, Kristen said this about you. What's up? So I understand it's surrounding Janet, but it didn't feel about Janet to me.
I mean, but wasn't it that Kristen is trying to say that you don't really want to hang out with Janet? You are, but like then he gets home and fires off on the group text. Like
it's about Zack's behavior, not about Janet.
Right. So they're trying to confront Zack about that, and Zack's just like, okay, like he just doesn't really seem to.
He didn't buy it.
He doesn't buy it, but I also don't think that he understands like, why is this a thing? I don't feel like I've ever really like told you I love you. I can't wait to be your friend again. Let's definitely make plans and do whatever. It felt to me like Janet again is like overplaying her hand and like, I want to call you out on this. And Zack doesn't really have anything to lose. Like Zack doesn't care if you call him out on this. He doesn't really care. It felt like Janet was trying to kind of bust him on something. And he was like, okay.
I think Zack wanted to have the conversation because when Janet stormed off after Jesse made a comment, he was like, come back.
You think that Zack wanted to keep talking about
I think
this?
Zach's a lot bolder in his OTFs than he is in person. So in his OTF, he's like, I don't care. Yeah. But I feel like in the moment, especially when Janet walked off and he was begging her to come back. Janet, don't just come back and let's talk it out.
What he said right before that was someone walked up and he said
Jesse.
something along the lines of, you get to have your 3 people here and I can't have any of my people here. And I think what he was going to do was bring in Kristen.
They said, go get Kristen.
Yeah.
They did. He's like, oh, let me go get Kristen. They're like, go get Kristen.
Right. And that's when Janet got up.
Janet got up after Jesse walked in and said things.
Yeah. Why did Janet get so triggered by Jesse showing up?
I don't think it was Jesse. I think the events was Jesse showed up. Zack said something about like, oh, you get to have your 3 people here, but I can't have my people here. And that's when they said something about get Kristen or whatever. And he's like, oh, I will. And then that's Janet got up and left. And Zack was like, no, wait. I don't think Zack was super interested.
It didn't happen that way. It was
Jesse showed up.
He said, you got to have your 3 people here. Let's get Kristen. Jesse walks in, says something. Janet walks out. It probably could still be, she walked away because of that, but yeah.
Cool.
So why would she get so bent about that?
About Kristen coming to light her up? No,
because it was when Jesse came in.
Yeah, cool. I think that she left because Kristen was coming.
She's Janet's. I'm not trying to find. I'm just saying, Janet's the one that said, "Go get Kristen. Fine, bring Kristen. I don't care." And then Jesse was like, "I'm here," and then she's like, "Oh God," and then she got up and walked out. So I just don't like what did she think Jesse was gonna say to her or do or whatever. I don't know. This is
I have no idea because her and Jesse are fine.
painful.
Jesse's the one that she told her her thing, and Jesse was like, "I didn't know that." Like Jesse and her seemed to be on a good level. Jesse was at the lunch or whatever, trying to get Danny and Luke to get on board. So I'm not sure why she would have stormed off when Jesse showed up.
He made a comment.
It makes sense that she would storm off when she knew that Janet was coming, even though she was like, "Get her."
You mean Kristen?
Kristen. I hate everyone on the show. There's too many names. On the
I
show,
also just like, let's not pretend that's just Janet's MO. Janet can walk off whenever Janet wants.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
That's her jam.
No, that's her jam. I know.
When Lala said, I think it was Lala, when she was like,
He's everyone's best friend.
yeah, that he just wouldn't, no matter the situation, like it depends on the situation that he's in, and that will dictate who he's going to be friends with or who he's going to be pro, whatever. And if he's not with them, he's with somebody else, then it's that. When she said that, a lot of that came clear to me. And then I kind of look back and see Zack in these situations, and I think there's probably a little bit of Zack being like, I don't care, whatever. But I think there's a lot more of it just kind of being a deer in headlights and stuck in the moment and kind of just not being willing to commit to anything.
Yeah.
Right. And I think now, thinking back on it just briefly, the only time I can ever remember Zack getting heated and committing to something was getting in Jax's face season 1 or last year, whatever, at that party. So, yeah, I think that's Zack now. I think even with Benji, like Zack clearly does not want kids, but he wants Benji. So he's going to placate Benji. He's going to placate Kristen. He's going to placate Nia. He's going to placate Kristen. He's going to placate everybody until he doesn't need to, or unless the person that he has to placate at the moment is against, you know what I mean, against so-and-so, then he's going to placate that.
Does it not feel to you that he is very committed to Kristen, and it seems like
it did towards the end, oddly. Like,
you don't think he's always been that way?
I don't know, maybe.
He seems to always be
he
in on
seemed to
Kristen.
used to ride for Brittany, and then
something shifted.
Now Kristen has taken him. I don't know when, I don't know why.
Probably why most of the audience is now with Kristen as opposed to Brittany. I haven't seen I feel like everyone is like sour on Brittany. Like I'm just, and whether it's our comments or just on, I'm always on the TikToks. I'm always on going through the Bravo comments. Like, people are out on Brittany. Like they might not be like, there's Brittany haters. Don't get me wrong. And people that are just like anti-Brittany, but like everyone is just sort of like, they got nothing for her. She's lost a lot of the love and support that she had when she was Jax's victim. When she was Jax's victim, everyone was like, go girl boss it up.
Yeah.
You could do this. And now they're just like, oh, Brittany, who gives a shit?
Well, I think they're finding out that, unfortunately, without Jax, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So without that victim, unfortunately,
I know.
there's nothing there's nothing there. There's nothing.
But that's on producers.
What?
She was nothing on Vanderpump.
That's what I mean.
Like
She had Jax.
She's
so
never been. Yeah.
So like without Jax, there's nothing to Brittany.
Brittany doesn't have a ton of appeal to me, but I do like how she's firing off at people now, even if I don't like what she's firing off about, because at least it's just showing me something. Like she's getting pissed at something, and like that, her getting pissed at this point is like more than she usually does. So she's speaking her mind. She feels like she's losing Zack, her little Kentucky muffin. Or no, she's the Kentucky muffin, but I guess he's her Kentucky muffin.
I don't know. Say it with your chest though. Don't say it and then go, I'll just shut up then.
Yeah, I'll never talk about them again. And I've lost my Zack. Well, why'd you lose Zack? I don't know. Like, you're not entertaining Zack. Zack needs to be entertained. You remember when Boyd was here and Billy came in and fell to the ground and Boyd just goes, I love it here.
Mm.
Because like that was just like the kind of drama that Boyd wanted. He was going to come over. He could watch someone come in tears and just fall to the floor.
But Zack isn't stupid either.
He's not stupid.
He got this show because of Brittany. Cool. What's going to keep you on as a bigger role? What's going to keep you on as going in the future? Like, he's just as calculated as the rest. He's cashing those paychecks just like the rest.
That's the thing, though, and I agree with you. But it's when you start to see that shit, that's what ruins these shows. And I think what gets them canceled is that you're not, as a cast, you're not slick enough to make us feel like it's real, like you're bailing on your friends that you moved out here with from Kentucky to just get along to, what is it? Go along to get along.
Yeah.
This dude who was so obsessed with Colorado and his homestead and stomped his feet, we're going, blah, 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 is now got so much product in his hair during his videos, and a little swoopy thing that like we probably $12,000 worth of clothes on. Like, bro, like you're all selling out. That we get to the thing I mentioned in the first episode. If you didn't watch it, go back. About Danny and Nia crying about, these people, I can't believe, why do we spend time with these aren't our friends? This is now the third or fourth time we've heard this. But you keep coming back to hang out with these people and have them treat you like this. Like, so, and they'll be back next year. Like you said, and you made a good point. Well, this is the first time it's been this bad. Yeah, they'll be back.
Yeah.
They'll be back. So it makes it,
at this point, it's about winning
real.
Almost. Like, you can't back down. Like, you're not going to let this bitch push you off.
My point is that it's not real. Like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying your story. I'm not buying that we're here to watch you guys live your lives, live this the chapter of like, you were in West Hollywood and working at the clubs. Now you're married with kids and you're dealing with that. Like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You're all faking it and manipulating each other and the group and who's friends with who based on who's going to be. Like, the thing you just said, I was sitting here and I'm like, Zack knows Brittany's out. Zack can see it. The writing's on the wall. She's offering nothing. I got to bail. Who's got Kristen? I'll take Kristen. Nia's too much. Might not take me in because I'm gay. Because she's Christian. I'm just saying, I'm being funny. But like, they're all repurposing. Janet, same thing. It's weird, and it doesn't seem. It seems like now it's a game show. Like now we're watching a Big Brother or Survivor reality game show where they're manipulating each other and playing a mind game to see who can. I don't know. There's no prize, so I'm not sure what I'm watching anymore.
I don't want to debate about it. I'm just like, I feel like Kristen and Zack were always tight though. Like, I don't know if Zack is ditching Brittany because she's not offering him anything. I think that Brittany is just doesn't need Zack as much as she did because before, it's just like the dynamics change when you're the friend who's getting battered. I don't know how like what the physical abuse was, but it was f***ing scary. I know that for sure. Like, I wonder if just that her leaving Jack's kind of changed her dynamic with multiple people, because if you're someone that someone has to check in on all the time, and now that thing is like no longer a thing, like, oh, well, he's gone, so I don't have to like call her, make sure I go by there today and whatever. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Just only because I'm saying I don't want to throw Zack in the pile of like, you're out here just looking for who's ever going to get you somewhere. I'm not saying that Zack is immune to that. I just think that Zack is more so of like, where's it going to be fun tonight? Who's having fun? Who's gonna.
And you think Kristen's
no, but
party
that's why.
person at the moment?
No. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't. But Brittany's not. Like, she's just had her blood bags attached to her for the last however long.
And was popping glitter in her glitter holes.
Blah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Poor Zack. He needs friends that don't have a bunch of kids and a bunch of dickhead
Because you know
husbands.
who Zack was tight with? Legit.
Who?
Was Jasmine. They were roommates.
Yeah.
Like, that's who he was. That they were the, like,
Yeah.
Brittany brought him out, but like,
Yeah.
that he lived with Jasmine. They lived in the same building, and then they became roommates or something. But like,
No, that's true. I loved
And
seeing those
now-
flashbacks to them, because it just reminds me of times of like that era in your life when you do have like a roommate who's also single and you guys are
Yeah.
just going out all the time.
but
Yeah.
that relationship seems to have gotten a little spicy and heat, like, so I don't know. It just, like I said, this whole show seems to start looking like that. And I get that there's other shows that have that element, but they hide it. It's hidden better. They're better at it. Maybe they've been doing it longer. These guys are just,
They're just so spoiled.
they're spoiled, and their egos won't allow them to just live their life and let it happen. Like, they've got they're 40-year-old like high school popular kids.
Yeah.
They're trying to, it's that high school popular kid dynamic hierarchy of who's going to be the most popular, who's the prom king and queen, who's right in the right hand man, and what, like, that whole level of peon to pinnacle is what's happening on this show. And it's silly, and it's not real, and it's
because
not.
there's a blueprint for Bravo celebrities now.
What is it?
So,
That's the
but
whole
but
thing of
like,
it,
they're
too.
just, I think everyone's trying to be just a Bravo celebrity. Like, I feel like, oh, I got this show, so that's my trajectory. I'm gonna be one of the badass bitches, a Real Housewife. I'm gonna be like, they're not real people anymore at a certain point.
I wonder if any of them like ever go like talk to their producer at the beginning of the season. I really want to start this, like, I'm just going to use this. Kristen's already done this t-shirt line. I'm really going to start this t-shirt line. I'm going to meet with this guy. Then we're going to go tour this distribution place, or this cutter and a sewer and a whatever, all the things. I don't know. And I wonder if they kind of come out of the gates with that, and then the producers are like, like, I wonder if they try to do things business-wise, career, and say, like, this is what I want to do. And if it's like, no, where are you at with Janet?
Yeah, probably. I mean, the question every season is what you got going on.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, we got this, that, and the other. And they're like, cool, what's going on? Did you still talk to Janet? Have you guys made up? Does she touch that? Because I saw a thing on Instagram where she posted and Jason liked it. And then Danny chimed in and get them all riled up. And like, that did happen. So I blocked her after that. And now we're not talking about the t-shirt line you wanted to start. We're talking about Jason and Danny and grabbing ass. And he blocked you on Twitter. And we're 50 years old and trying to go after who's mad at who, and who's cool and who's not cool, and who do I need to be friends with to be the cooler than the other guy that's not cool. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. This show's kind of dumb.
No, it is, but they're all kind of a little bit, they're mostly like this. So I wonder if Bravo has done a show where they do try to lean into like, everybody has all these different things that they want to do. And then they just, if it just like didn't work, if it wasn't, the group is not like, it's not cohesive enough. Like, you got to just keep them together. We want scenes with all the cast members together as often as possible. The more we take them out of that and have them on solo missions, it doesn't play, or it doesn't fit, or it looks weird, or whatever. Like, you'd think that I would know more people, or that one of you guys would know more people that work on this specific kind of reality, and we just don't. I don't know anyone.
I worked on a
it's
couple of
shot
them.
here.
I worked on Euros of Hollywood for a while.
Not
I
Vida.
don't even,
Didn't Vida work on that?
Euros of Hollywood? I don't even think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah,
She worked on Beverly Hills, Rich Kids of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that they all want this, to just keep fighting amongst each other all the time. And
If what he said was correct the last episode, and you're paying me over $500,000 for 3 months of work, whatever you need, I'll yell at all y'all. I'll have so many fights. I'll shit my pants in the Chili's. I'll do whatever. $500,000 for 3 months of work? Yeah. Yes, please.
Right. No, 1,000%. Do whatever you got to do to get your bag. I'm not hating on that at all. I just can't help but wonder if like they all kind of like this can't be what they want to do. They probably they all want to stand out in their own way. They probably have some bright ideas going into it, and then I wonder if they just all get the kibosh and like then they just have to business as usual, going to a party over here.
Then you got to pull Jasmine in this episode. Just insert yourself.
Yeah. Just to wrap out of this, like when Jesse walked in and then she storms off, and then Jesse says to everyone, "Oh, what do you know? Suddenly Janet wants to take accountability for something." So something has clearly happened between his, "Oh, I didn't know. Thanks so much for sharing, blah, blah, blah." And now she stormed, like, I don't know. This thing is just so weirdly pieced together. I don't trust that any scene is really going down the way that we're seeing it, because we didn't just all of a sudden see Jesse walk in. It was like she said, "Go get Janet," and then all of a sudden Jesse's already standing there, but he was not standing there before. So it's like there was some time that passed. So like, this is the worst show on television, and this is fucking painful to do right now. So who cares? Whatever. Zack doesn't give a shit. Janet's run off. Next we're at
Same place, Jesse, Michelle.
Oh, yeah. So everyone, then all of a sudden, now no one's here anymore. Again, just like a time lapse. Suddenly no one is around, and it's just Jesse and Michelle.
They only had a couple of places really well lit for conversations.
Yeah.
And it felt like they were like, all right, just bring in Michelle and Jesse.
Yeah. It felt like someone came in, cleared everyone out in the middle of what? A big fat nothing. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But now all of a sudden they're sitting there. So now Jesse wants to confront Michelle and say, "I've heard that you've been seeing someone for 3 months. I also know that time that you asked me to keep Isabella for an extra weekend so that you could go on a work trip, I then see photos of you." They're talking over each other, so I can't even get like exactly what happened, but it seems like he's insinuating that was a trip that maybe she went to Vegas to go party or meet with that guy. Maybe the guy's there. Maybe she's just there with her friends. I couldn't tell if he was insinuating you went with this guy or you just lied about a work trip and you were off partying with your friends in Vegas.
Also, why are you offended? She asked you to spend another week with your daughter.
No,
enjoy it.
Absolutely.
She's single. You're single. Like, who gives a shit?
Jesse, because Jesse does not like it when Michelle has anything going on. Like, he is so happy in his relationship. I am not at all saying that he is gets jealous of Michelle or is trying but there is something about when Michelle, and I get it. I understand that there is this kid thing and that she got attached to the last guy and it's been a bummer. All of that is there. I still believe, while I can believe that he absolutely cares about all of that, I've always gotten the feeling from Jesse, or I've kind of tracked a pattern of when Michelle has anything going on with the opposite sex, Jesse he gets weird. He doesn't know what to do with that. He's not nice to her. He goes after her for things, which is not discounting at all that he has strong feelings about his daughter getting attached to a guy that was around before. But I just think that both of those things can be happening. I think that he can truly be worried about his kid and not want some random guy around. And also, I think he gets weird with Michelle and he just likes to one-up her. He likes to keep her under his thumb. I've said it all season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but I think also the extra week had more to do with Jesse trying to pull that to go see Lacey when they first met, and Michelle wouldn't do it. Michelle wouldn't take Isabella for an extra week so that Jesse could go down there because she knew that he wanted to do that or something like that. And then also, oh right, her mom was dying and he was like, come get her or something. I'm already halfway here.
Yeah,
Or she needed him to come pick her up. It was something like that. So I think that was retaliation because I think Jesse's probably got a little list of things that he's like, well, I never got back at her for that
his
thing.
binder.
Yeah.
His show binder.
Yeah. But whatever. He's a weird dude. He's a weird dude, and I think that it's sometimes I like Lacey, and I think that they do have a good time together. I would love to see more of that, but I also I do tend to lean towards, and I don't hate it, but I tend to lean towards she's probably here to be on a TV show.
Yeah.
Because of the crazy shit that Jesse does and says, and it's not. She doesn't seem like the person that would be down with the kind of shit that he does.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Okay. So Jesse and Michelle can continue talking. He confronts her about, I think you lied about this. I think you've got this guy that you're seeing. And I have actually now found out that you have already introduced Isabella to him, which I do believe is a huge, like, red button for him. Like, absolutely not. I remember the scenes watching them myself and thinking Isabella's on the phone with this guy saying, okay, love you, to like, and they moved in so quickly. Like, all of that is completely real. I just want to be clear that I'm not sidestepping that. That's all real. I do feel like he is going to punish her forever for this. He is never going to let her forget that this thing happened. Big deal, but it could really happen to anyone. Like, that guy Aaron did seem like he was really into her. If not only did he just seem that way just from watching them, but like he was weird looking to me. So I thought
super
like
excited to see her.
Yeah, his eyes are giganto, and yeah.
I mean, if you showed me the first couple of scenes with Michelle and that dude, and Lacey and Jesse, I'm like, well, they Michelle and that dude seem like they're going to be better off than Lacey and Jesse are.
Oh, you thought so?
Now you look at it and you're like, oh, they've been together for 2 years. But if you would have looked at both of them early stages, you'd be like, I think Michelle and this guy are going to have a better chance than Lacey
I agree
Yeah.
with
Jesse.
I also like
I was still harping on his looks. Like, he shouldn't have a shot with her, but he did.
Do I think Jesse cares about his kid? Yes. The whole tote and everything. But I also kind of like what you guys are saying. It's tit for tat.
Yeah.
It feels more of that than anything else. Also, if I'm Michelle's divorce lawyer, this scene was dynamite for me.
Oh, really?
Oh, at the very end, Jesse says, if another dude comes in my life, I'm basically going to custody court.
Yeah.
So if he ever does go to custody court, you can go, cool, well, this is a video of you 2 years ago without knowing anything and knowing what would transpire, guaranteeing that if any dude comes in your child's life or Michelle's life, you're going to act on it.
Oh, right.
It just takes away your validity of any argument you have later because no?
Well, I think that he was saying that.
She got me. That's all that matters.
She just says she does.
No, she understands what I'm saying. Like,
no. I do understand what you're saying, but it does seem like it is under the caveat or due to the fact that she moved her in with someone and that the child could have, like, I'm not saying this, but I could see Jesse being like, she has psychological damage or like emotional damage from this, you know? So I could see.
In the court of law, Jesse, did you say that if any other dude comes in her life that you're going to take her to custody court? Yes. No further questions.
But what does that have to do with any? Like, what's the point?
I'm just saying, like,
that it just seems like he's just looking for anything to do this.
He's threatening it before anything fully transpired with another dude. Or if she does bring another dude in, like, he didn't say if the Maximinius, whatever the dude's name is, or I don't know. I just feel like it's premeditated. And regardless of what she does, he's already thinking.
But he didn't say if a dude comes in, I'm going to kill him. And then later he's going to kill him. He's saying if this happens again, this thing that I just explained happens again, we are going to have a custody battle.
That if any other dude comes in her life.
For sake, dude. So what are you saying? That if she tries to date someone, he's going to take him to custody?
That's what he said.
Right, but then what? So what? So what? You're the lawyer. You asked that stunning question, and then for what reason?
Because in my mind, it shows that it didn't matter who this dude was, how this next relationship goes, how long she waits and she introduces Isabella. It didn't seem like any of that matters.
Okay.
So it just seems like litigious in a way, like just a thing to like. My parents used to do this all the time.
To save your...
My parents would walk out of court, and my dad would be like, "Nice try," and she'd be like, "We'll get him next time."
Yeah. My rebuttal would be like, "Sorry, this guy's trying to save his kid from more abandonment issues than his wife has already given her the first time around," and then I think I would get the hammer thing and win.
Okay. I don't think you're allowed to go grab the gavel.
I would do it. They'd probably be down. They'd be like, "Yeah, no, this guy gets it." I would show them all the YouTube comments where they're like, "I agree with Mike."
Also, like I don't know, this whole Jasmine C story of this episode really just got me annoyed.
Do you think that there's ever a shot that if Lacey does finally be like, "It's been real, it's been fun, it's not been real fun, but I'm on a show now and it doesn't really matter. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the foot in the door." And Michelle also finds herself single. Like, there's been people in our comments that are like, "Call me crazy, but I have a feeling that these two are going to find their way back to each other." Do you think that could possibly happen?
Jesse and Michelle?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Not on Michelle's end, no.
I don't rule it out.
I don't think Jesse rules it out.
Armstrong. I can't remember who said it. They're just obsessed with each other enough that it almost just feels like, I don't know. And also just sort of like the fame of it, like these two getting back together, like they would get a lot of attention. And I don't know. For Michelle, it would be more about like, I still haven't found anyone. It did make me feel a certain kind of way when he was dating Lacey. I did feel like,
I would suggest Michelle watch season 2 back real quick before she goes in on that date with Jesse.
Yeah.
Then just run it back, 1.2 speed, even 1.5.
Yeah.
2 speed. Santa Barbara trip only, maybe if you don't got time because you're a busy mom.
She might be into that. I don't know.
Dude.
There might be. We've talked about that before, where it was like, no, I think that I think that they like sparring like this. All I'm saying is I'm not ruling it out. I would say 51%. I would say, yeah, they would, more so than would say that they wouldn't. Okay, so after that, obviously, by the end of it, Jesse is he is like about to burst into tears. Jasmine walks in, he's telling her about it. And he says that she's dating this comedian. And I love that Jasmine was like, "What? She didn't even laugh at anything. She didn't have a sense of humor."
She didn't even laugh. Why would she be dating a comedian?
And then she just sort of like started working it out in her head. And she's like, "Well, maybe that'd be good for her."
Dude.
It's it. Okay.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. So Jasmine exits and she goes and finds Michelle and starts talking to her about like, wait, what?
You're missing the scene that's going to get us 3 more seasons of this show.
She walks over there to that, and then we get these other 3 pops.
Okay, I'll wait till you get to the pop.
Jasmine exits there. She goes to find Michelle, and Michelle's there with Janet and Natalie, and she just kind of starts off that conversation of like, "Jesse just told me you've got this boyfriend," and Michelle's like, "Don't say that. I don't have a boyfriend."
Jasmine came in so freaking hot to that conversation.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of them talking, "You got a boyfriend? Who you dating?"
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Doesn't it feel like she always does this? This is why it's hard for me. Like, I like Jasmine, but then there are moments that I'm like, I'm done with you, Jasmine, because I can't. I'm always like, where are you coming from right now? Like, it's hard to defend her approach to things. But then I've also gotten to know her more, and I'm like, okay, this is just her approach to things. Like, she just approaches things differently than these other hoes do. Fine. It worked more this time than it usually does. So I think I said that at the top too. Like, normally, I don't know what the Jasmine's going on about. I don't know how we got here. I always think Jasmine thinks she heard something that like didn't really happen. And then I have to go back and be like, well, she interprets things this way. And okay, let me try to come from her perspective and whatever. Anyhow, so that conversation starts, and then they leave us and they pop over to, there's a table of people that I don't know who any of these people are except for Zack. Jason is on his crutches and he's got his beer and he's hobbling over to this table. He mistakes this girl for Janet. Kind of gets up behind her. I don't know if there was any real touching. I think it seemed to me from the angle that I'm watching that he just kind of got real close up behind her, kind of nuzzled into the side of her face. Maybe that might have been the extent of it. But it was hilarious when you see Zack immediately look straight to camera, like, you're seeing this, right? Like, because it just is like, I don't remember the full story with what happened with Danny and Melissa. Like, I don't know. There are some people in the comments that I'm always hearing people chime in and say, he thought that was Nia when that happened. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. He knows Melissa. Like, he clearly would know that. But I don't know if he came up from behind and, like, Nia is long brown hair. Melissa is long brown hair. I don't know. So maybe that happened. I don't know. But it was just the irony of like 15 minutes left in this finale of like the most horrible season ever. That's all about this thing. What are the chances that this dude walks up behind a girl, nuzzles in an intimate fashion? She doesn't seem like she's put off by it at all. I don't even think she noticed it until he realizes that that's not his wife. And he's like, oh my God. And what's also funny is he's holding a beer and he's on his crutches and he's got the teeth in. So he's slurring. It looks like you could, like, someone who really wanted to take this scene to the upteenth level could go, oh, what do you know? Blackout Jason's hobbling over, stumbling. Oh, did you think that?
That's why we got 3 more seasons. This is going to be at the reunion. Opening scene next year is going to be like, wow, Jason wasted on crutches, grabbing ass on a rando.
That's just a gift from the little baby Jesus. Like, that's hilarious.
I think you got your gift.
That's like, do you think that he like touched her?
Oh, I think it's an essay situation that we'll get into next season, full blown. Yeah, that girl's probably filing charges right now.
You mean that the show's going to blow it into that? Do you really think that he did that? Like that he because I mean, he might have kind of touched her. I don't know. I'm just really fighting hard right now to not, because everyone knows I would love for this to be the case, but I want to be clear that I did not see anything to make me think it was a gigantic deal, but it could have been. I don't know. I was at one angle.
The restraining order will be able to tell us. The court docs.
That would be hilarious. But I love that Zack looks straight to camera like you're capturing this, right? And then what's his name? Jason, like I said, sounds wasted and he's hunched over because he's got the crutches and he's got a Coors Light can in his hand, and he's so embarrassed and nervous, laughing and going, "Hi, oh my God, I thought you were my wife. Oh, creepy. I'm mortified. Ha ha." And Zack goes, "Oh, so would you say maybe you made a mistake or something?" Like, what does he say? He says, "Yeah, seems like you made a mistake," because that's what he's been trying to pound into everyone's heads is Danny made a mistake. You have to just let this go already. Like, let him do better, whatever. I don't know. The irony, I will never get over the irony of it. It was hilarious that 15 minutes left in this season. That's what happens on this finale. Because we also, at some point, have a confessional with Janet where she's saying, Jason has told me, like, hand to God, if that ever happened to me, I would never drink again. Which is like, okay, well, if you're including that, according to your rules, you're not showing me that for nothing. So maybe they are going to make this a big thing. But would we not all be a little just like, okay, is this that?
No, but none of us thought the Danny thing was.
Yeah.
And they made a thing of it. So.
Oh my God. Couldn't happen to a cooler guy. So he's embarrassed. He hobbles off. Then we pop over to see Danny just again. I feel like he's eating like what looks like some sort of a toasted bread with like a chunk of tuna on it, and it's just like all over his face. And he's going, fantastic. Just getting drunker and hungrier by the minute. Then we pop to what looks like Lacey walking away from Jesse, seemingly irritated. And he just goes, I feel like what does he say? I feel like I'm surrounded by idiots, or I feel like I'm talking to a room full of idiots. And she's kind of rolling her eyes. So I don't know what that conversation just was.
I missed that part. I didn't see that interaction with them.
What do you think about that Jason scene?
I didn't read into it the way y'all did.
I want to be clear. I'm not reading into it. I read into wondering what they're going to do with it. But like, I just want to say for the record that I don't think that was SA.
I also don't think he was drunk. He was
Right.
He was very coherent and talking fully normal the whole night.
Well, he was never talking normal because he had those things in his mouth.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't think he was drunk. I don't know. I didn't see that. When I watched that, I didn't see that. I didn't get Zack can take whatever he wants from it, but
Did you notice that Zack looked to camera and was like, seems like you made a mistake? Like a very pointed, like, did you
I don't know if I clocked that then. No. Sorry.
Are Jasmine and Michelle friends?
They're not enemies.
Like, are they good? Are they not good? Or what's their? I can't remember their history.
I don't ever remember seeing them talk.
It's hard to tell who really gives a shit about who. I don't think that Jasmine and Michelle, if I just take them at like who they are, the face value of them, like I feel like Jasmine probably thinks Michelle is so bland, boring banana cakes, like who gives a shit? And Michelle probably thinks that Jasmine is a lot, and it's just a lot of drama with Jasmine and whatever. Kristen and Zack do the best with Jasmine. Like they all seem to really understand her. She feels really accepted by them. That those three are true blue friends. Maybe Brittany too with Jasmine actually. But Lala doesn't. She kind of bumps with Jasmine. Okay. Anyway, so now we get back to Jasmine with Michelle, Lala, Janet, and Natalie. And Jasmine was really just, she comes in hot, but she's just talking to Michelle. I don't know if she knows even Natalie's name. I didn't, and it's my own name. Obviously, Natalie is clearly trying to stand up for Michelle. I don't think that it was really her place. It wasn't like I don't know if she knows the relationship. I don't know if she was trying to just make her move because she's in the scene and this is the finale and I'm trying to get on next season, at least friend of or whatever. I don't know. I didn't know what her motives were. I just know that she wouldn't let up, and Jasmine made it pretty clear this is an A and B conversation, and so if you could see your way out.
That's not how that, like, if me and him are having a conversation and someone just walks in and mid-conversation just like, what's this? And then you can't pretend like I'm not here. We were having a conversation. We were probably talking about exactly what you're talking about, what Jesse was doing, and you just butted in. And this is my friend. And you can't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Natalie did anything wrong here. I thought Jasmine was completely at fault.
I mean, I could understand, though, why Jasmine was like, who are you?
You walked into our conversation. Jasmine walked into our conversation.
Right. But there was a significant thing that just happened that she's like, my buddy's over here, like crying or like whatever Jesse's doing. I need to go tell
That's
Jasmine.
why I asked. I was like, are Jasmine and Michelle friends? Like, are they friends? Like, so like, there's so many things that could, this is a party. So like, if it's not a party, then yeah, that's a weird thing to do, to just barge into two people's conversation and be like, yeah, boyfriend, I can't believe you didn't tell me. It's weird to do that if you're not friends, which is why I asked. It's not that weird if it's at a party, right? Like, bro, you got a boyfriend, you didn't tell me, stupid bitch. Like, that's not that weird.
It was aggressive. It was a I'm defending my boy, I'm not your friend aggressive is what it felt like.
I definitely got that vibe, but like, there's so many. That is kind of Jasmine gets a little wasted and comes in hot.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Doesn't
aggressive or if it's just coming in hot.
It doesn't excuse it, and just the way Jasmine came in defending her boy, Natalie's like, hold up.
Yeah, honestly, Natalie squared up. I thought they were gonna throw down for a hot second. They would have. And then Michelle stepped in there, and Natalie grabbed her and just shoved her aside, and I was like, all right, I'm down to see some fighting.
I think that this episode specifically, and they're probably all some version of this, but this one specifically is the finale. A lot of things need to get wrapped up. A lot of bases need to be touched. A lot of connections need, whatever. I could see it. that it's Jasmine needs to beeline over. Now, what you just heard from over here, you need to go ask Michelle about it. Okay, I'm going over there and doing that. I don't think that Jasmine expected that someone that she doesn't know, didn't know. I don't think she even knew her name, because she literally says like, "I'm sorry, who are you? I don't even know you." I think that if her and Michelle they are obviously historical friends. Like they are all on this show. They're all in this group. They all do things together. I'm on assignment right now. I'm going here to download her on something and get like that feedback from her and have this interaction. This needs to happen. It's on the call. It's on the fucking call sheet. Or I've just been sent over here by a team. There's cameras here now. I don't know if you've looked around. And so I don't think that she was expecting someone that she doesn't consider to be someone that's working here tonight to jump in on that. It doesn't mean that Natalie didn't have the right to, if that's Michelle's friend and she maybe thinks that Michelle's always getting shit about this. I'm going to say something. Maybe she's also had a couple drinks, so feeling a little bit more like I will say it. I'm also would love to be on this show, so this is my moment. I'm doing it, and I have every right. This is my friend. You're coming in hot. All of that said, Natalie did nothing wrong. Jasmine has every right to be like, no one's talking to you. I am having a conversation about something that just happened with her ex-husband. I'm asking her about this. Like, she has every right to also clap back and say, mind your business.
I completely disagree.
You think that
I think Jasmine
doesn't have the right to have
I think Jasmine was out of pocket.
She's not out of pocket. She does this all the time. It's like
that doesn't mean it's okay.
No, but out of pocket just means like that's a different, like you're out of. I could be wrong. I don't know what that means.
I think you walk into a conversation of two people. Well, they were mid conversation. You came from something that you butted yourself into, and now you're butting yourself into this conversation, and you like, please don't talk. No, screw you, Jasmine. Screw you. I'm sorry. That whole thing, this whole thing with Jasmine pissed me off this episode. I don't understand it. She made herself look stupid, and then to attack Natalie, not a fan. I thought it was crap. There's not one justifiable thing that Jasmine did.
Have you seen Jasmine do this before, though?
I don't care. Like that's.
Oh no, I'm.
If I'm Natalie, I'm doing the exact same thing.
Jeff, I'm only saying this because I'm listening to you and going. I think it's exactly how I started this whole thing off with in part one, and I said, I thought Jasmine acted weird later, but this one, out of all the times that Jasmine has got into these situations, at least I was able to map how this happened. Like I saw her saying she started off with like, well, no, I do care about like because Natalie, her first thing that she said was, who cares? Why does it matter? She goes, well, I'm talking to her, but it matters because my friend is clearly upset. So his feelings matter. Like, I will validate his feelings. This is not usually a Jasmine move. Jasmine just doesn't usually, so maybe I am so used to seeing Jasmine act this way in ways that I can't explain or figure out that I am now grading her on the curve of like, no, this all tracked, and I'm just grateful. I'm just showing gratitude for like being able to map out like how this happened. So maybe that's it. That's why I was asking you, like, are you privy to Jasmine's normal goings on?
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't give it a pass.
I get
what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it doesn't.
So yeah, that escalates. They clearly like neither of them are backing down. I thought it was funny that it was like, well, I'm from here. Well, I'm from here. And now we're just repping our towns and we call each other bitch here. Well, we call each other bitch in Chicago. Well, then, all right, bitch. Well, then you're trash. Well, you're trash. Well, you're a trashy bitch. Okay, well, it was just like, it was an unfortunate thing. I think that Jasmine usually knows when she's going into something that's going to maybe explode. And I feel like Jasmine did not see this coming. And so it was just an interesting, we rarely see these things like happen in a way that's like, oh, that was totally organic. Like, I don't think either of them knew that was going to happen when they walked into this scene or when they were already in the scene or whatever. And so, I really am grading on such a curve of like not much authentic things happening. So when authentic things do happen, that's nice. And also, Jasmine I normally can't. It gets lost in translation for me. How did that even end? Oh, it ended with bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch.
now we're at just more of like the continuation of whatever was said at the photo shoot. Now we've got Nia talking to Zack.
About being flip-floppy.
So Nia goes up to Zack and says, hey, I just want to talk to you because I heard that Kristen told Lala that I manipulate you when it comes to Janet, I think. Was that kind of how it's introduced?
No, this is the part where I was like, I don't understand what Nia was telling Zack was that, oh, I heard that you're flip-floppy, that like around me you pretend to like me, but around everybody else you don't, and that we aren't making progress, or that you and Janet are making progress, and this is when it got confusing. Is it Nia and Zack making progress and not making progress, or she's flip-flop, or it's you're flip-floppy around Janet, and then I'm the one that pressures you to do that, but then Kristen is the one that said that. So why are you talking to Zack about the thing that Kristen said about the thing that he does with Janet? It just got like...
So Nia tells Zack that Lala claimed Kristen said Nia manipulates him into feeling a certain way about Janet. Zack laughs and says that if anybody manipulates anybody, he's the one doing the manipulating. They're laughing about it. And then Brittany and Kristen suddenly appear in this scene, like out of nowhere, or Kristen does kind of out of nowhere. And then Brittany like runs in and goes, oh, I didn't say manipulate. I said that makes you feel bad, guilt trips you, or whatever it was. And Kristen straight up denies this. And again, I love Kristen. If we're going off the flashback, no one said manipulate. It was about the guilt trip. You're guilting, she guilts you for this. That is exactly what you said, Kristen. Like I said, I thought that scene, even before any of this happened, when I watched that scene originally last week, I thought that was a very weirdly cut together scene. So I leave room for there to have been a response from Kristen to say, no, you've all seen it. I'm talking about when we're in the train on the way to San Diego. I'm talking about when we're at the amusement park and she's saying, oh, your best friend. Oh, have you seen your bestie today? Have you seen? I'm open to that. The thing that is weird, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but on Watch What Happens, Kristen was on there, and Andy asks her a bunch of questions where the only answers can be Brittany or Nia. One of them is like, who is judgier? Who manages their money better? Who's funnier? The last question was, who's more honest? And Kristen said Brittany. And I was not expecting that. That is the biggest blow to, she says Brittany's funnier. She says Brittany manages her money better. Who gives a shit? Honesty would be the thing I feel like Nia is banking her, like she is. That's her presentation.
Mm-hmm.
What has gone on since the end of this show? It makes me think something has happened. The biggest reach I can imagine is that she's making up for that she lied in this scene about, because she did say those words. If we're going to the flashback and just going off of exactly what we've been shown, it looks like Kristen denied something that she literally verbatim, word for word said. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That is another lesson about these shows, is that you can think that you know a relationship. You can think that you know a character. We always have to keep in mind that it is whatever the show wants us to see. It's whatever they want to leave out, they are. Whatever they want to lean into, they will. So don't plant your flag too hard on any one person, because it will surprise you, and for no other reason but like literally you've been lied to episode after episode because of just a narrative, which you gotta have a narrative on shows. I understand all that. Anyway, so I don't really know what to make of this, because Zack just says, I believe Kristen. And Kristen is smiling in a way that is almost like her and Zack both have these smiles on their faces that are almost like they're enjoying this. Like it was a weird move. Like the whole thing was so weird.
I'm gonna shit. I'm not gonna harp on Nia again, but it was a little Kool-Aid-y. It was a little bit like they were drunk on Kool-Aid, on Nia Kool-Aid.
But how would it have anything to do with Nia when Kristen's the one lying there?
But she's lying in front of Nia. Like the thing she said was talking shit about Nia, throwing Nia under the bus. They're saying like, but you said that Nia does this. And she's like, no, I didn't. Nia's standing right there. And then Brittany's like, so you what? You totally did. And Zach's like, yeah, I don't know. And she's like, you believe over me? And Zach's like, yep.
Yeah, like not a problem. They were smiling in a way that was like antagonistic.
Right.
And Brittany was like about to keel over. Like Brittany was like, what is what? Like,
yeah.
you know, there was cameras there, right? Like there's cameras here now. There's camera. What are you smiling about? Like, I understand, obviously, that there is a chunk of people that think that Nia is this mafioso leader. Okay, I cannot physically stomach it. I cannot buy it. I always say, like, here's some options that could be. That has never, ever, ever been an option for me. I can't make myself feel a way or see something that I just don't see. So I can't say that, like, I can get on board with that. I can understand that obviously people think that I am trying my best to see all angles of this because I don't know this lying and this gigantic smile strapped across her face. Like, I don't understand. She clearly knows it was taped. I don't understand. Even if she's
buying time. She's buying time. She doesn't need to out herself in front of her leader just yet.
But here's the other part of that.
She's gonna see if she can fix it.
As much as what I could do, I could find that there could be people on this cast that could be intimidated or believe that how they treat Nia is going to mean something for them, good or bad. If you're good to her, you're going to get good. If you're not, you're going to get axed. You're going to get shit canned. You're not going to be in scenes. She's not going to film it, whatever. There is literally not a piece of me that believes that Kristen has ever and would ever operate under those circumstances. Kristen, to her detriment, follows her own gut, her own heart, she has made herself a mockery on these shows because I know that you did this. I know that this happened. And she cannot say anything else. So that is why I cannot buy into that Kristen doesn't know what to say in front of Nia right now. And she's been caught and she's scared of Nia and Nia could take her down and she answers to Nia. And
what else is it then?
I have no idea. But if you've watched someone for this long and only seen them act in the literal 180-degree opposite, how can I go, no, I guess that seems like it could be an option. Like how could I do that?
Because she Kool-Aid. Because she met someone who changed her. People who join cults, and I'm not saying Nia's a cult leader or whatever, but I'm just saying like this is the thing about the mafioso button. Everyone's following Nia, and like Nia's got them under her thumb or whatever.
Who else following Nia besides Kristen and Zack?
Nobody. I'm literally choosing a metaphor, but I don't think it's going to work out. So I don't know. I'm not sure. You're probably right. I don't know what Kristen's doing. Who knows?
All right. So I guess now we just sort of arrive at the final scene, which if you're a Janet hater, this one's for you. So Danny, again, having an out-of-body experience this wasted and has excused himself solo style to the pool house, laying down by himself. Old Hobbles walks in on his crutches, nowhere else to put his feet up. Got to kick the leg up. Jason's like, or Danny's like, "Are you serious?" Jason's like, "It is what it is, man. Here I am." Clearly, not why he's there, because he goes straight into, so whatever happened in Mexico? I feel like I heard something about you said to Lala this thing. Wants to know if he's going to apologize to Lala. He said, "I heard you say, no wonder you don't have a husband. Go back to your miserable life." It flashes back to that. He didn't say that. I feel like there was a miserable life comment, though, and it just wasn't in the flashback. I don't know.
He said what he said. This is such a semantics thing of Jason being like, yeah, you said a couple of horrible things. And he's like, I didn't say the.
Yeah.
In the thing that you said the, I didn't say the. That's basically what he's doing here. You said all these things, dude.
Then we pop over to Janet, who then goes over to recruit Lala to come join this with her. And Lala does again. And they walk in there and sit down, which is just, and Janet immediately says, oh, I'm not here to do anything. Okay. So Janet just immediately begins lecturing Danny about like being hurtful to Lala. Danny dismisses her and says he has nothing to say to Janet without an apology from her. She's like, what do you want me to apologize for? Everything that you said about me, the words that you use. Then they go back and forth on what the words were. Did you do what those words mean? They once again, for the 90,000th time, don't agree. Whatever. Then Jason pipes in. You've made no life changes. It's going to happen again. Why wouldn't it? My eyeballs rolled so far in the back of my head. Like, how many times does this conversation happen? Like, this is I feel like this exact conversation happened at the reunion last year. This is like, they just pulled out a script and handed it over. Then Janet revs up and says, what you did to women. And Danny interrupts and says, you weren't there. Janet says, I don't have to be there. And then Danny asks Jason, what, you've never blacked out? Janet says, he's blacked out. He's never grabbed women's asses. And I thought this was hilarious when Danny goes, you don't know. Because if you black out, how would you know? It's so stupid, but it is. Maybe I'm laughing because Mike always says this to me. You don't know. And so when he said that, I thought that was funny, but it also is like stupidly true. If you blacked out, how would you know? I died not because grabbing women is funny, but just for my own reasons. I thought it was funny. So then Danny just tells Jason, if you want to have a conversation man to man, and Jason responds, what are we doing? Janet laughs. Ha, 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 it's so funny. Lala says Danny cannot even form a sentence. And then Lala tells Janet, you have to let this go. He is not your problem. And then Lala turns to Danny and says that I heard through the grapevine you had an apology for me, which, who was this grapevine? Like, who?
I did not hear any apology requests.
Yeah, she says, I heard through the grapevine you have an apology for me. Danny goes, for what? And he then says, well, okay, I do apologize for telling you to go back to your husband. Janet shrieks, that's it? And that's when Danny turns to Janet, gives her the old Sophie Cunningham. Am I talking to you? Who's talking to you? Jason says, put your finger down. And Janet goes, what are you going to do, hobbler? Like with your bum knee, whatever. Again, whatever. I don't know how to take this seriously. Like it gets funny to me, not because Danny is funny, but because we've already seen all of this. Also, yes, what is Jason planning on doing right now? And then Janet takes her drink, throws it on him, and then that, because that wasn't enough, she then throws the cup.
She threw the cup because she missed him completely with the
No, the drink hit him.
Barely.
Well, I didn't think there was much drink in there, but it definitely hit him exactly where it was supposed to. And then she threw the cup too, fucking bops him in the head. It almost takes him a second to realize what just happened because he's so wasted that everything's probably just like, oh, so what? So I thought, oh, here it goes. Danny is going to lose his mind right now. And he just got up and was like, okay, bye, see ya, walks off. Janet goes, yeah, whatever, bye. Shorty, 5'7", whatever. I feel like she called him something like that earlier, and then Jason told her, don't go there or whatever. Goes at it again. The thing that I loved about this most was just seeing Lala's face, because she just kind of looked down like, and she didn't say anything at first. And then as soon as Danny was gone, she goes, don't love that you did that. Because this has always been my point about Janet. You go to bat for her or Lala. You go to bat for James Kennedy or your husband, but they always disappoint her. She goes to bat. She Captain Save a Hose the wrong hose every time. And I love Lala. I thought she's a top-notch hoe. She doesn't need to be dealing with these basement hoes. And it's just, I wonder if in this moment, Lala's like, well, that's going to be that for me. Like I did everything I could. I don't love that you did that. And then Janet just goes, I don't care. because Janet doesn't care. Janet doesn't realize that Lala just spent her entire season bulldogging for her, going to bat for her. Janet alone could never have gotten herself this far on her own. She just did everything for her, and Janet doesn't even think about, let me do right by this. Let me not throw a cup that hits him, that there will be a gang of people that go, I think that's battery, assault, would you say? I don't even know what it is, because I'm not up in here looking up the definitions of these words to figure this out. But like everything, Janet just threw away all the goodwill that she had. She what is it when you just throw away your win? What is it? You clutch the win from the grip. What is that saying? Like people that just like you had it, you had it, you were doing so well, and then you just threw it all away. And Lala literally says to her, what I have been saying in months now. You just overshadowed Danny once again. Let this guy bury himself. Why do you do that? Like, this is so silly. This is so stupid. And Janet just can't help herself. She is her own worst enemy, and she just doesn't care. Lala's left with that look on her face. Danny runs out, alerts the media, tells Nia, Zach's there, Kristen's there, says, I just got a drink thrown on me. Who did it? Janet. That's got to be music to probably Zach and Kristen's ears. I think Nia is like, I don't know. Nia just, maybe I'm blinded by Nia. I don't know. I don't think that's, she seemed like she didn't want that to happen, because I think that she thought, oh God, what's going to happen next? Because she's probably thinking that Danny's just about to light this entire place on fire. That's what I think she's thinking in that moment. Zach is like, I've had enough of this.
I didn't like how Zack acted like Danny got shot.
Kristen marches over to the pool house and goes, you should go. And Janet's like, what? Lala like looks down like, no, probably like, Lala's just dealing with it. She's having to just eat crow right now because this fucking idiot just could not keep her shit under control for 1 second. This is we're 5 minutes away from the end of this season, and you just threw it all away. So Lala's like, yeah, look, she did what she did. It's done. It's already over. She knows she shouldn't have done it. And can we all just like, she's just trying to wrap it up. Like, Kristen goes, should I call Brittany over? I don't know if Brittany would be called over by you right now, Kristen.
No, Brittany's caring about someone else. Is doing a birthday for Michelle. Actually doing a friend thing.
Yeah, but also you just lied to Brittany's face 5 minutes ago. So I'm not sure if Brittany is going to really be too keen on running over at your beck and call to throw out someone that you think should be thrown out, especially since it's Janet, and Brittany and Janet have been close or whatever they are. I don't know. They certainly haven't had any beefs. And that's kind of where we wrap out. Danny and Nia decide to leave. They have their same conversation they've had 1,500 times now. I don't know what we're doing here. Nobody wants us here. These aren't our friends.
These are horrible people.
Horrible people.
We'll be back next week.
She does.
I mean, I don't,
Same
but
time,
there was
fucking place.
there was a Nia OTF. In the past, she saw there was potential to move forward and I was like, what are you talking about,
No,
Nia?
with who? Kristen and...
No, this is a Nia OTF. And she was saying, she's like, I just kind of felt like there was potential to move forward and progress. But after this, no. And it's like, no, you didn't.
But she said it with certain people. And the two people I was like, what? I can't remember who
I thought it was OTF.
It wasn't OTF. It was her. It was an interview that she was giving.
But it felt like she's talking about Janet. Like she thought there was a place to move
It
forward.
wasn't Janet, because she specifically named, I think, Zack and
Not.
somebody else. I don't fucking know.
No,
dude.
but she wouldn't say that about Zach. I thought that she was
I don't
talking about Lala, because the episode started off with.
But like
Her
this
and
had
Lala
nothing to
coming
do with
back.
Lala.
Well, but when they came over there and it was like, oh, who Janet and like it seemed like it was Janet and Lala were like a package deal. They're over there.
Only one person threw a drink. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, no, I don't think that Nia ever planned on moving on with Janet. There might have been some point that she got to where she realized that like the tide had changed for Janet, and like more people than not were just gonna kind of do. They're either friends with Janet or they were just tolerating her and whatever. So she could have been entertaining that it would be in her best interest to just at least coexist with her, when before she wouldn't even talk to her. She didn't really want to go anywhere that she was at. That's the best I could come up with, is that she was just going to, okay, well, I could go, coexist, but now I can't. And at this point, that makes sense to me, but I think I know what you're saying, and I agree with you. I don't think that Nia was ever entertaining the idea of making amends with Janet. Like,
No.
that was never going to be a thing. So she could have literally said, and this is why I don't with Janet. This is why I do not have any intention of rebuilding anything with her. But she didn't. She said, if this is who she's talking about, she said, I was ready to give it a go.
Yeah.
So Danny and Nia are getting ready to leave. Nia comments that she can't believe how calm Danny is right now. And I have to say that I had been thinking that all night. Like, that was just I just think it was the luckiest thing. It was either that or, honestly, I just don't put it past the way that they've done this show all year. I would not be shocked if just one of the producers just said, just lay low. Keep it cool. Don't react. Let's get out of this. Like, just kind of knowing what was coming. We're sending Jason over to talk about this. Just don't react, because it's so out of character for him to let all this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then we land on Schwartz, whose alarm goes off. Oh, it's Michelle's birthday. He set an alarm for Michelle's birthday, because that's what you have to put in here. You have to put in a little ray of sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever. Okay, I'm feeling like this is going nowhere. So Zack says, Janet's got to get over herself. She's such a disingenuous human. I'll put it this way: if Janet wasn't here, this would be an entirely different dynamic. I felt very seen here. That's what I've been saying this entire time. I think that this whole show would change if you remove Janet. Maybe it would also totally change if you remove Danny and Nia.
It would change if you remove Kristen. It would change if you just remove Zack. It would change.
Right, but these people might all actually be friends if there is no Janet here, because Janet has been the rift in between. Everyone got over everything that happened. Nobody cared about it anymore. The only person that did was Janet. So it just was a thing,
When you get rid of Janet, there's going to be a new Janet.
Totally. Let's see. Like, but it's not true that if you remove her, that this group could go back to some semblance of like whatever, even if they are all fake relationships. Like, there's that thing isn't there. That thing isn't there. That was a very tumultuous, very triggering everyone. It was very divisive. It was very like just rage baiting. Like, that issue of the thing between Danny and Melissa. You either move on from that and decide like that was an accident. He doesn't even remember it. He's so sorry. He's whatever. Or you continue to make it a thing. These are just choices. If no one else on this show is making it a thing but this one person, it is not something like, you could tell me like, oh, remember when you lied about that thing? And I'd be like, yeah, whatever, who cares? The accusation of SA is just something that like you can't ever, no one is ever letting that go. If I'm feeling like everyone in the room is talking about that with me, I just want out. I'm raging on it. I'm uncomfortable. Want to come out of my skin. I want to fight the accusation. I want so there's that. Then we get to Jason, who's with Janet, and he goes, so strange. Why are they so obsessed with you? Which for me, from my perspective, that just feels like.
I mean, I feel like all these couples do that. They're in their own little bubble and they gas each other up.
Right. But I don't think that
I didn't get that from that. I don't know how Jason got that, but I do think that all these couples just gas each other up and make it worse.
I don't know how he could think that anybody is obsessed with Janet.
He doesn't. He's not. It's just a line. It's when someone's with you, you say, I can't believe they're so obsessed with you. Oh, you're just obsessed with me, aren't you? God, you must be just so obsessed with me. It's just a line. It's just a shit talking line. It means nothing. He wasn't serious. He's just saying what you say when that happens.
I'm gonna let you close this out Danny's nice little moment with himself, giving himself a real nice pat on the back.
Go for it, big guy.
He's so dumb.
I mean, I ran in your office as soon as I watched it and was like, have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. And you didn't do it justice because you made it seem like it was a regular old I'm a good guy that we talk shit on.
2 realies.
Really good guy. But what you left out was that people of wisdom.
I've told him this.
I've said this. And I didn't know that people of wisdom have said this about Danny.
Probably the people he's paying, his spiritual
I
guru.
should have started this episode with this because it really changed everything how I feel about Danny, Mr. Abuko. I feel like he deserves that respect because he's a stand-up guy, and people of wisdom have said that. So I apologize, Danny, and to the people of wisdom that have your back. His mom must be a real smart person of wisdom. This guy is a f***ing idiot.
I mean, it's the next line that's had me spinning. I'm a man of character and integrity. I don't want to be around people that bring out the worst in me. Yeah. Well, you don't have a lot of character if those people are about to bring out like character and integrity, or the fact that those people around you do bring out the worst in you and you don't succumb.
Yeah,
because you have character and integrity.
Yeah. Well, he's not the smartest guy in the world either.
Dude, Danny sucks as a person.
How they ended this was just like I said, just if you have been watching this Lala thing and so many people have been questioning, why is she doing this? Why is she putting it all on the line for this person? And I think it really could have been as simple as like, that was just her role this year. Like that was pre-discussed. That's what you're here. Like, I know she's a veteran of the other shows, but she is a first-year person on this show. I also said earlier, I think that everybody just needs to be reminded that like you are watching what they want you to see every week. They keep out what they don't want you to see, only to pop it in on you after you've literally fought with your entire. This has been politics. This has been fights that you have at a dinner table with. This is Trump and Biden, like Janet and Danny, like the two who's the least evil or whatever. And I don't even mean everybody feels like that. Some people think it's very clear, but it's only for them to show us the opposite things. Like you would have never thought Danny would have not reacted, and you would have never thought that Janet would have just thrown it all. Well, I thought that, but I mean, the story that we've been shown is that Janet's been taking the higher road or whatever for the last however many episodes. I know there's a lot of people that don't agree with that. I'm just stating like how people could take this. I'm not trying to say one is right or wrong, but you leave here going, everyone here is an absolute piece of shit. Everyone here. Like, I don't understand, like, why does the Valley set out to show you the worst sides of their cast? Like who wanted to have a dark show? Who didn't want to have any inspirational people that like you felt good about being into? Like I do feel good about like liking Nia, but so many people do not like this bitch that like I'm questioning myself. Like, what am I missing? Is something just clearly, am I just being so snowed? And like, who tunes into these shows to feel this way? To feel like they can't trust their own instincts? To feel like they're being just completely gaslit all the time, only to be shown all we've said to you is not really the case. Like, it's just, this is cruel to do to an audience. I think this show is fucking cruel because I have been harping on them being shitty producers. Like they're just, no one's coming to work, but it almost seems like now this was their goal.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this in the beginning. I said that this is the first time a show's ever been pitched where it's 2 nice people and 14 villains.
Yeah, I guess that's like the best way to describe it.
The nice people.
Well, Danny and Nia were nice for a hot second, or at least played nice on TV. Cool, man. Well, really looking forward to the reunion on this one.
3 more. 3. The first one looks boring.
The first one's always boring. Reunions are the opposite of movies. The first one's the best, the second one sucks, and the third one's sucky too.
Well, that I thought the first one was are usually good. The second one is crap, and then the third one is like always just sort of seems like now they've had you waiting for the good stuff, but like if you're waiting for 3 weeks, it's not that good by the time that you get there, because it's just too much buildup. So it's weird that they've decided to make. Well, I don't know who knows. All I know is that the teaser for next week is boring. Whatever, man. We gotta figure something out because this has just made me not enjoy doing this. I don't like this. I just don't want to feel like you're just tricking me. And you're going out of your way to make me feel all sorts of stupid and wrong or vindicated, but I don't feel good about it because they all are horrible. Like there's really no shining hero. And anyway, that's all I got.
Speaking of shining heroes, you want to get to the comments?
There's nothing else to get to.
I was calling our audience members shining heroes.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Oh, that's true.
You really are. Tish811.
You go first.
I will. When Asher was pushing Nia's suitcase, my first thought was how that little child does more for Nia unprompted than Danny does. Danny's a couple years younger than that kid, so give him time to grow. Ningy ding. Mike and Trav are right. I have to read the rest of
Sometimes
it.
we get a Mike's right. Sometimes we get a Travis's right.
More often we get a Mike's right. Anyways, there was other stuff, but Ningy, we know what you meant. Nishless Boomer, 2 sentences that are always a lie. I'm a good person, probably not, and I'm not that person anymore, probably are. Facts, Ningy, or that was Nishless. Facts, Nishless. All that glitters. Michelle and Jesse are making divorce look good. They really are. Yeah.
Are they?
They should write a book.
Oh, I guess last week they were.
They were, yeah.
This week, not so much.
They're divorced now. This was super funny. Shannon Fall. Mike's legs give the term glow up a whole new meaning. Love you back. Herc B. Dexpoo. Poe? Something. Good morning, Notify family from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. To quote Danny, let's go. Lake Havasu. That's amazing. That's so crazy. Did you know that Lake Havasu has the original London Bridge?
I did not.
Yeah. I think the guy who wanted to promote Lake Havasu, there wasn't enough people coming. And so he bought the London Bridge and took it apart brick by brick and sent it over to Lake Havasu and reassembled it brick by brick. So the original London Bridge from like the year 12 or whatever is in Lake Havasu.
It's not falling down.
I've been on it. It's not. It did, but then they put it back together. So pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I still always think about Jesse going, not really a let's go guy.
You know, I'm not either, but I threw one in there for the fans. Honeychild Eka, Jesse called Michelle a liar on Watch What Happens Live. I'm curious what that is about.
Jesse called her a liar?
Yeah. Dude, this was so good. In regards to Zack wanting kids, Colette McCabe, Zack doesn't even have chairs. Financially, they are 10 years away. That's so great. Deborah Traeger, you asked a question that I've asked so many times. I think he only wears it now because I've made fun of it, and it annoys the absolute shit out of me.
Oh, that's mine.
Deborah Traeger, does Travis have a sailor suit on? Yeah, he did have a sailor suit on. A dumb, stupid sailor shirt that he wears all the time. Pissed me off.
First of all, I lost it for a couple months in the move.
It was the happiest couple months in my
then I found it
freaking
again,
life.
and I enjoy that.
Thomas Jefferson's concubine. I'm embarrassed how much I cried on this episode of The Valley. Travis and I were not. Harris B. I quote Angela Johnson nail salon bit about 2 to 3 times a day. And before you come for me, I'm half Asian. It's literally one of the best bits of all time. Mary Ayeka. Brittany was so excited when Kristen said that thing about Nia. Oh my gosh. It was like the 4th of July and Christmas and her birthday. Her reaction was so gross and disgusting. It was so transparent and showed me everything I need to know about Lala and Brittany. Go away, mean girls. There was a wild reaction.
I mean, was it? It's kind of like when the first bad news came out about the royal family, and you're like, oh.
Take out all the times Brittany got food brought to her this season. It was the most excited she's been. Is it Charlotte D. Hall? It's not Charlotte Hall. Charlotte D. Hall. Why can't we just be friends with who we want to? Isn't that normal? Leave Kristen and Nia alone, Brittany. Which I'm asking, like, why does everyone got to be friends? If you don't like somebody, then you don't like them.
Together.
Because you're getting paid $10 bajillion.
Yeah, maybe.
You better like those people.
Joe Schmo, I threw one in there. I think this episode for you. I hope you caught it. Joe Schmo, the only thing I'll miss about this season is hearing my dude talk about glitter holes.
Ugh.
Blech. Hopefully she didn't get any more glitter in those holes. Safari Ari and the Ivory Towers are back. Brap. I had to hide them today a little bit. You get a little piece. There's some in Natalie's camera for you.
Dude, those bug bites are.
And my bug bite. Yeah, getting demolished by the skeeters.
No.
Dark hours. This is for Courtney. Swelling at your age can come from consuming too much hidden salt contained with summer foods. You can take out hidden because we will buy food sometimes if we're hungry, and Courtney will be like, I will take a salt salad, please. And it comes and she'll go for the salt and just dump salt on it. And she'll be, oh, I'll take a salt piece of fruit and salt. Anything Courtney eats, salt.
My mom's like that too. They ask for salt from the waiter before they've even tasted their food to know if it needs salt. Yeah. They already know it's going to need more salt.
Going to need salt. So
I don't think I ever add salt to my food at restaurants. No. I've never seen them not. Pepper for my mom too. And jalapenos. She'll take a jalapeno on anything. Yeah,
wild. Also, Dark Hours, checked out the Adirondack show, old stuff. She was big fan.
Do we know that Dark Hours is a girl?
We don't. And I just said that. And hopefully I was right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But they liked the Adirondack show. Big fan of the Barbie episode, which was a good episode. We were talking about today. It's pretty
that
good.
Was one of my favorite episodes.
Brat Barbie, actually. My Barbie was a Brat Barbie. Travis and I made up if we could make our own Barbies, what would they be? It was fun. Sunset Harp. Courtney is right. That's all it says. Nothing else. Literally.
Courtney, I just want you to know that I had that here because I did not see that coming.
Yeah, well. I mean, there's so many that I figured like, oh, you guys got one. That'd be nice. Paul Manelli. Janet is trash can emoji. Can't argue with that.
It's real gross.
Cascade Earth NW. I actually felt emotions for Jesse and Michelle. It was nice seeing. Wait for this week.
You felt different kind of emotions.
They're even doing it to Cascade. And the other person that said, oh, they're making all the glitters. They're making the divorce look nice. Nope. Everything you saw last week, not true. Didn't hold up.
They made the divorce look nice. They're not making the custody battle look nice.
Fishing Gal. Travis, wow, you shaved. Looks great. Thank you, Fishing Gal.
He's growing a mustache now.
Oh, we can see in the beginning Travis is mini approved. That's all we need to know. I also don't like cats. So, I can tolerate them, because I'm a good person.
You just got unapproved.
A really, really good person. What Travis is a great. Oh.
You're like Janet. You can't even take the win.
Yeah, seriously.
Imminence 687. Travis is a great addition. Please hype.
Different Travis.
Colette McCabe 8206. Oh, you already said this one. Yeah, does not have cheers. They're 10 years away. That's a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Dark Hours. I get so amused when Courtney graywalls Mike and Travis to regain control of her commentator job and moves the narrative along. I had to look up what graywall is. A defensive strategy used to deal with toxic, manipulative, narcissistic individuals.
I don't think Dark Hours is a fan of ours.
Oh.
Listen, you guys are tough to do this show with. Like,
oh my God, you are.
We're tough.
It's tough. I just keep going because no one's. You said some stuff tonight, Mike. You did say some stuff, but I think it was.
I quit while you're in.
Honey Child Erica. Travis, never leave. I love the humor and the joke. I had multiple jokes, but you only liked one, I guess. And yes, bring back Jackson Sandoval for that matter. We all miss VPR. We're almost there. If Jersey Shore can continue this long, keeping Ronnie and Angelina, we can handle Jackson Sandy. Laughing face emoji.
I mean, that's what they've pushed us to. Listen, I'm still not saying that I want Jax to come back, but what I'm saying is that the way that they're treating this show, it deserves Jax. Like, they deserve Jax. Jax deserves them. Like, this would be a par for the course for Jax to come back to this show. It would not really make it any better or worse, you know, because that's how bad it is. But I
Yeah.
don't want that. I'm just saying.
Carrie Peacock, yay, Travis is back. I think the no beard look is really working. Love to hear Natalie still in the background though. Feels more complete knowing you're still there, Natalie.
I'm always here.
This next one I'm just gonna
Always.
address because y'all keep saying it, and also this may be inappropriate to say, but if life was a rom-com, then Courtney and Travis would fall in love over the course of this podcast and live happily ever after. Y'all must be listeners because we're not in the same league. And I'm insulting myself in that one. Like, you guys must be listeners and not viewers.
Everyone knew that.
Courtney did look so gorge last
Courtney
week. Like,
She
I don't know if
brought
she
it,
decided
yeah.
to throw a dress on and blow out her hair. And
The hair. I was thinking I wasn't going to say this, but whatever. We're all family. I've never wanted to have sex with someone's hair before. Before last week.
Good hair, man.
Yeah, it was
She
great.
worked hard on
It
that
was
hair.
Amazing
Like,
hair.
to grow it out. Like,
Yeah.
it took forever.
Julie Brown, 8243. You guys are such a fun hang. Thank you for keeping company on my commute. I'm not sure I can do another season unless they seriously shake the show up. As usual, I agree with the guys completely.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with you guys, not the guys.
I will keep the first one. Sounds
Okay.
probably what she meant.
Safari Ari, oh my God, stop. I love the challenge. I'm oldish, so I've seen every Road Rules, Real World, and the challenge out there except for the last 2 seasons. I am original Road Rules, like back to 95. I was watching from the beginning. Just living in that Winnebago life. Tres Crazy Bros. Has Travis being a contrarian been addressed? Not yet.
They
Feel
usually
free.
save that for me.
I want to do glitter armies, but I want to do it in an Australian accent, but I don't know if I have it in me.
You can go to New Zealand.
I mean, I don't know the difference.
Everything's just kind of a question.
You're American. No, wait, this is not right. I had it earlier. I was doing it in my head. I'm going to slip that one.
You good at impressions in your head? I'm really great at impressions in my head.
Well, like I could remember. I literally can't even remember how an Australian sounds right now. Do it a sample and I'll try to.
Shrimp on the Barbie, down under.
Okay, that's not the accent.
Okay. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
You Americans in therapy, like it's not the dumb thing here in Australia. Like you just sit down and talk to your partner or you argue it out. This whole going and having a third party sit there and listen to your life is fucking bizarre to me.
Yeah, you went a little
they breathe
JFK.
when they're talking.
What you say?
You went a little JFK towards the end there.
Oh, I miss you. Poor guy. CBPZ. As a former Chili's cook, I must say people do fight and get diarrhea frequently at Chili's, if not weekly, for the fights and shitting at Chili's daily.
Fights 100%. Chili's is a fight place.
Yeah. Harris, Courtney, I believe this Chili's they went to was the one I go to by myself at the Encino Commons on Ventura Boulevard. It's right by my business.
He didn't need to tell us by himself.
Oh. Harris just moved back to the west side, so we're going to be
Christina.
brunching it up.
Seen a lot more Harris here on the old Showmance.
Yeah.
I'm be taking some vacation days.
Conceited official says, I think this PR stunt between Jackson and his PR lady is to possibly bring him back on the valley for a redemption arc now that he is supposedly sober. No other reason I can see that they would pick cameras back up for a guy no longer on the show.
Screwing your PR person's a weird redemption arc start.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, the
Wow,
redemption is
that's
interesting. But I guess
Usually the person you want to be
whatever
banging.
gets you back on the show.
Who's doing your redemption arc? Your PR guy or
Listen,
gal?
this-
You know what I like about
Makes
Jax?
so
Jack,
much-
Jax has never said I'm a really, really good person.
He probably has.
I feel like we dug back, we'd find that. Abundantly Kina says they believe that she has past trauma, but they also believe that she is weaponizing her trauma to gain favor and further villainize Danny. Because now, how dare he, Nia, and Kristen not like Janet if she is a victim? Who is falling for this crap? The timing is suspect, and it was all planned. And I think I already replied to you, but a lot of people are falling for this crap, and it is.
I wanted to read that one out, but I felt as a straight white male, I'm not allowed to call someone out for their trauma. You just got to let it happen.
I mean, listen, literally no one is supposed to call people out for their trauma, but I just think she's all sorts of gross and wrong and bad apple. You already read Honey Child, Erica. Travis, never leave. I love the humor and the joke. Did we get there?
Yeah.
Okay. Amanda B. When watching the scene between Jesse and Michelle, I was trying to figure out what has changed between the screaming matches and now, 1, time, 2, Lacey, and 3, which should be 2, but I didn't want to ruin my punchline, 3 is Michelle is single. I think it would have been a lot harder for them to get to the table scene if Michelle had a partner. I don't think Jesse would have been able to handle signing papers while Michelle is happily with someone. And I 1 bajillion% agree. There's just something in him. They are so competitive with each other. Yes. Harris says, oh, wait, we already got Angela. Okay. Shannon Fall. Travis, you should lead with your accidental BM stories on dates. Women love that kind of vulnerability.
I thought I heard leave.
Wait, what?
It's like when you started, Shannon Fall. Travis, you should leave.
Luis Io, can you all dive into House of Stassi when it starts July 29th? We talked about this last week, and then I cut it out because I was literally yelling from and not mic'd, so it was just really annoying. We really want to do that show. We're definitely going to watch it. We hope to cover it in some fashion. We won't know if it's a deep diveable show until we see it. A deep dive just kind of requires a lot of interpersonal relationships. If this is more about work stuff, we'll love it. I don't know how it will work, but we are planning on doing that show. If it turns out it just doesn't work, then that's why we don't do it. It's not because we don't want to. We are planning on doing that show. Right?
I mean, I guess so.
What else is there?
As long as we can crap on Katie.
No.
What?
Oh, yeah, you hate Katie too. Great. Going in with a couple Katie haters. Get ready for that. All the Glitters thinks that Jesse and Lacey are just being transactional with each other. For her, it's getting on TV, and for him, it's to climb and have monetary benefits. And yeah, I do think that they enjoy hanging out with each other. I think they have a nice time. But yeah, I think there's definitely more in this than just more in it for them than just that. Julia Thompson says, Kristen has been good on Janet since season 1. Janet has gotten on my last nerve since the beginning. Her energy would just exhaust me. And that is what I want to remind everyone. This is not the start of people hating Janet. Janet has been next to impossible to deal with since halfway through season 1. Like I dealt with her in the beginning because I thought like, oh, I like this. I like an outsider who's like, these people are crazy, right? Like I really thought you had such a slam dunk opportunity at that role. We would have loved to see a Midwest person come out and be all these Vanderpump people, and you just blew it because you want to be a top dog, and you don't have main character energy. You have shit villain energy. Mariaka says, oh, dear Lord, don't bring Jax back. Just cancel this show. I'm also open to that. I would like to see it canceled just because I would just like to let all these little brats know you're not getting all this money anymore. You don't do anything. Safari Ari, you already read that. Sunset Harp, you already read that, but it bears repeating. Courtney is right.
Who?
Courtney, our boss.
I don't know who that
I
is.
never heard anybody.
Cat's Guy says, love the While You Wait. And I don't know, because you guys didn't even watch the episodes probably. But I had to chime in about something, and I used a photo of Craig drinking a spritz as the backdrop for that. Because while you're waiting, you may as well enjoy a little Craig and a little spritz.
Should have been a lover boy, but
Listen, I will buy a Loverboy because I do love Kyle now, but it is not good. So, heard it here last. And, oh, Trace, you already read this one too. That's all I got because Truth for Peace isn't caught up on the Valley. And I don't blame you. I would just stay in the position that you're in. I wouldn't catch up on anything.
Valid.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a solid. Take care of yourself. Truth for peace for freedom.
Well, see you next time.
See you next week because we don't even have another show to do right now. Wait.
We have the Valley.
No, this week. We'll only have one show next week. But the 29th is when that Stassi show starts. So we'll watch that. I think it comes on tomorrow. And then we'll see. And then we'll know. Courtney will be back. You won't have to deal with this moderation.
I apologize for my low energy. I'll be back next time better if they ask me back.
If they ask me back.
Never know.
Toodles.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.